We are already at section 6. We already did a lot of work, and section 6 relates to the second step in the 10-step life cycle of the project. It's the second step into the planning process. Here we will look at roles and responsibilities of people, and we look at materials too. In this section, we will make estimates. We will do some calculations because we need to understand how many people we need, how long the tasks will take. Some calculations ahead, but not too difficult. I'm sure you will be able to do it. We need human and material resources to complete the activities. Human resources was already added to the Pmtt, but material resources were added only from the 6th version, the version that was released in 2017. We all know that in order to complete activities, we need materials, but it was just added in the last version of the Pmtt. Before, we were only talking about human resources. When we talk about people, one of the first things we have to do, since we know what activities we have to do, we have a description of the activities, so we also know what resources we need. And the first element we will use to identify what resources can do the work and what resources are missing, what experiences and knowledges are missing, is the skill inventory matrix. Here we just identify what we need and what we have. Once we identified the people that can work on the activities, we will allocate these people to the specific tasks. We use a RAM or a RACI chart for this. We will see later in the sessions that follow how we work with the RAM and the RACI. Estimating the duration of activities is done also by looking at what we call 3-point estimations or PERT. Here we have to do some statistical evaluation. We are looking at a statistical approach to activity duration. What are the elements we have? What are the possible things that vary, because variation is normal, but in typical project management, people did not include variation. Adding variation to the activity estimate will help you to get a better project plan, and there are better results that are being shown since these techniques have been used. When we calculate the duration of an activity, we have to look at effort, duration, and elapsed time. How we start with a basic estimation of the activity. What happens if we add people to the activities? We will see that there are resource-driven and fixed duration activities. We have to approach them in a different way. And the final estimation is the elapsed time. What will be the calendar time to complete these activities? At the end of this section, we look into some problems we can have with adding resources to activities. Adding more and more people to an activity doesn't always mean that the activity will be completed faster. One element is related to the communication lines. The more people are working together, the more communication lines are possible. And we see that the increase is not linear, but it's quadratic. It's increasing faster than the linear approach. Adding resources and the result of those interference between people when there are too many people, we can find a relationship between people and duration. You see the small drawing at the right hand side with the crash point. we will explain how this works, what happens when we are adding more and more people to an activity. Some calculations ahead again, but I'm sure you will do fine. We look at some statistical interpretations, some formulas, but we go through it step by step, and I will see you at the next session.